This was one sour one. Woo! Then I found another streamer saying, oh, Henrik is a lunatic. He was saying 100,000 a million. What an ass. Millions of players. When I'm saying that, obviously, I want to make it very clear. Obviously, I don't mean millions of players on Milan. 1 million on Milan confirmed. Look. You gullet. You put the pigeon in my mouth, you know? A good amount of lawyer players that just think that is nuts. F you, Starwalt. I'm not gonna continue. Wow, bikini armor approach. It doesn't make sense, right? When you have a little breast, steel pieces, and then everything is naked. That's not a good armor, right?
Hello everyone, and welcome to the Wolfstar channel with the extreme render distance stream summary and some more info about more mechanics, features, and the upcoming stuff. But first, a very big thank you to Canopo for helping me with this stream summary to save time. He's also working on a community project. So if you are a Mortal Online 1 player and you had some rare materials in Mortal Online 1, or you were a trader in Mortal Online 1, please contact him. He needs some information about the very rare materials from Mortal Online 1 and how much they were worth on the market. And also, if you have collected gems in the game in Mortal Online 1 or Mortal Online 2, this information can help a lot. Contact of him is in the video description. Let's first look what Henrik has said, and then we'll go through the random questions and answers list.
Hey, we're excited for new render range. Yeah, so there's a few tech updates in this next patch. The roadmap just cover a few things. In this one, we get quite a boost in the render distance for characters and NPCs. So we're also adding some mechanic that we have fine-tuned now over the month as well, which means there are cases when players are using very bad connection to the game and also using Wi-Fi with packet loss and you know, stuff like that. And that's obviously a bad experience for the player and everyone around that player. So we need to kind of take responsibility to make that requirement at a higher roof and have a solution to that. A friendly reminder, anyone using Wi-Fi connection, it's always better to use the cable to secure a more stable connection, because Wi-Fi is still not very stable and reliable for a game like this. With render distance, will night become darker? No, we won't make nights darker. We want to make sure that anyone starting playing and just traveling the huge world should be able to see quite well without, you know, the pitch black function that we tried years ago, which was cool in the beginning, but players pretty much logged out during nighttime. So not a good thing in theory or, you know, in practice. I mean, full red moons, blood moons, suitable with the Halloween theme. So obviously that will go back to normal also in this next patch. The Halloween theme will be ending with this patch next week. So take the opportunity to get some of those carrot walkers, because it's a one-timer and it may become a good old tradable collectibles over time with the bounty system early on. To our great surprise, we got a lot of good feedback. People were enjoying it and doing some bounties left and right. But obviously that means we want to expand on that a little bit with proper rewards, because it was quite unsure. There's been bounty system in other games where it haven't really worked. There have been, you know, possible abuse around them. So there are more options for you as a bounty if there's a long distance, going for shorter distance, multiple targets, and you know, possibly sharing the rights, and also obviously rewards to make use of the coins as well. So now that we see that there's, you know, there's a good baseline for it and people are enjoying that part, we can for sure expand on that. We barely haven't started yet, and the population is pretty much on hold right now. It's paused, small amount compared to our long-term goals. You know, thank you for reminding. I always need to be clear and careful about choosing my words so people don't put pigeons in my mouth for again, understandable reasons. I want to be clear and careful. Millions of players. When I'm saying that, obviously, I want to make it very clear. Obviously, I don't mean millions of players on Milan. I want to be crystal clear about that. So when I'm talking about reaching out to millions of players, what I mean with that is we want to be visible and make awareness to over millions of players that can have an interest of this type of game. And there are millions of players that can have that, because if you look at the Rust, Tarkov, Mordhau, Chivalry, Ultima Line, Evil Line, what else? 1 million on Milan confirmed. Look. You gullet. You put the pigeon in my mouth, you know? It's so simple. When I talk, then I found another streamer saying, oh, Henrik is a lunatic. He was saying 100,000 a million. What an ass. And I'm like, holy shit, how do we reach this point? So, but yeah, I obviously have to blame myself for not being crystal clear. And I learn. I'm trying to be as crystal clear as I perfectly can. And just to help you guys also to inform others that stop being an idiot and listen. And, you know, come back to earth where it makes sense. You know, with numbers, we can pass that message through better perhaps. And I thank you for that, guys. From 100k to 1 million. Amazing progress. What the hell does that even mean? Did anything make sense that I just said?
And now let's go through the random questions and answers list. An invasion system will come to the game for AI to invade stuff. They always ban a lot of hackers and cheaters. More info to that in the video description. There's a dedicated video alone for that. Some kind of new currency for TC buildings, it seems, because Henrik is always saying this is a fresh start for everyone. No, he doesn't mean a wipe. He means maybe you can only buy siege equipment with sophistication stats, so everyone will start with 0 sophistication stat, of course, because currently it's not in game. For buying siege equipment and stuff like that, maybe that is the case, but he wasn't going into detail here. Henrik said they will be the first MMORPG released in Unreal Engine 5. The human clade will be reworked, the warcry will be buffed, and you will be able to draw weapons very quickly. It's meant to switch weapons very quickly. And also a clade gift that spells do less damage to allies. They are also considering on adding spells to Spiritism and Elementalism that you can cast while running. Tower shields won't be variable while riding a horse or while being on a mount. Same like you can't use a longbow on your horse. They are working on the knockdown dismount animation. That will be dependent on the dexterity and gear you were wearing. They were also patching a horse's weak spots. Special moves for each weapon category will come after TC. With Elementalism, for example, you throw a big rock and if it hits your enemy, it does blunt damage, not magic damage. Effects to potions will come. For example, fire resistance potion. Elementalism will have more or less about 60 spells. He said it will be very mind-blowing. For all who don't know, it's so much spells because you can't use all the spells at any weather, and it's the whole magic school is very weather dependent. Achievements for tamers will be fixed. There will also be a special pet for elementalists that you can shape with the weather, like it was in Mortal Unknown 1 more or less. I mean, there was also some fire golem and some ice golem and stuff like that. Fist weapons will come to the game. They are already working on a ritual table, and their strength versus target blunt effects will be reworked and tweaked. For example, if you have a big hammer and someone is pairing with a dagger, this is not how it should be, Henrik claimed. There will be a crowd function that you can see on very, very great, very far distances, groups of people. They will also adding binoculars so that you can see very far. Crouching and sneaking will be implemented later. The weather system is hugely improved with Unreal Engine 5. With Elementalism, to have powerful tornado, you need a certain wind and humidity, for example, in the air that you can cast a powerful tornado spell with Elementalism. Temperature system is already in game and on Moorland, but here it's normal weather and it has no impact. But on the other continents, this will have an extreme impact. They will add more traps in dungeons and more placeable traps maybe. Bags for all creatures is worked on. Someday ships will come to the game with sieging machines, for example, on it, that you can siege stuff down or siege other ships. But it's just my personal opinion. A ship game with pirates without cannons is, I don't know, it's just my personal opinion, just no. Because Henrik once said no gunpowder ever in Mortal, and I personally think it's a little bit sad. But anyway, we have years and years and years until we have ships, so no problem. Henrik also talked about a lot about sea content, underwater continents, sea monsters, etc., big bosses and stuff like that. Customization for capes and guild emblems will come to the game, but it will take a lot of time. And here the most important news that really blow my mind. They will add a smelting function for weapons, armors and more that you can smelt scrap gear. That are awesome news. We wanted that for the past 13 years. And also, fun fact, Henrik said he will not escape to the Caribbean with the money if the game becomes so popular that they can swim in money. It will be invested in developers to make an even better game. So please write in the comments what you think about all the changes and about the upcoming mechanics. So special thanks to Canopo for helping me with the stream summary like a maniac. So I was using the time and pet my pets.
Say thanks for Canopo. Say thanks for Canopo. Say thanks for Canopo, please. Come on. Come on.
And we also have a new Patreon supporter! Lukario, the Furry legend. Or if he wants another title, he can get the other title. And now while I'm cutting this, I'm just realizing calling him a furry legend while petting my cats is not a good idea. So like and subscribe as always, ring the bell. So special thanks to all the supporters. Carmel, Professor O, Lukario, Slumif Gaming, Rhonus, Paarthurnax, Cologne, Bulldog, you and all the others of course. And always remember, millions of players hard, party hard. And see you all next time. Goodbye.